My daughter asked when we're going on vacation again. She remembers beach trips and amusement parks from before the pandemic. I made up another excuse while guilt twisted in my stomach. 3 years without a real family outing. I worked through the entire pandemic as an essential worker while my family's world shrank to our small apartment. They stayed home for safety while I went to work, but we all ended up trapped in different ways. My son has never known a life beyond our neighborhood and school. His friends talk about Disneyland and beach trips, but he just nods along. He thinks this is normal childhood, and that breaks my heart. My wife applies for jobs every day, but can't find anything that pays enough to cover childcare. She feels guilty about not contributing. I feel guilty about not providing enough. We're drowning in shared guilt. I supervise a warehouse full of products destined for other people's vacations and celebrations. I handle boxes containing beach towels and party supplies that my own family will never use. The irony is physically painful. We play pretend vacation in our living room sometimes. Blanket forts become castles, couch cushions become boats. My kids love it, but I see the sadness in my wife's eyes. We're pretending instead of living. My daughter showed me her friends' vacation photos from social media. She didn't ask why we never go anywhere, just looked at me with quiet understanding. Her acceptance hurt more than any complaint. The car needs repairs we can't afford. Another month of walking everywhere or taking expensive ride shares. Every setback feels like another nail in the coffin of our family's mobility. My wife found the stack of unpaid bills I'd been hiding. She didn't get angry, just started calculating how we could manage. Her practical response to my shame broke me completely. We sat down with all our financial documents for the first time. The numbers were worse than I'd admitted, even to myself. Speaking the truth aloud felt terrifying, but also liberating. Carlos Rivera visited our warehouse to discuss a delivery partnership. He noticed how efficiently I managed operations and asked why I was still working for someone else. No one had ever asked me that before. Carlos told me he was a warehouse worker 15 years ago. I got tired of moving boxes for other people's profits, he said. So I started moving them for my own. Simple idea, revolutionary impact. He explained that my logistics knowledge was gold in the delivery business. You understand how things move. That's the valuable skill, not just moving them yourself. Mindset shift started happening right there. My first delivery contract was for local small businesses Carlos referred. Using my own van and my wife handling scheduling, we made more in a week than my old bi-weekly paycheck. We repaired our car with business earnings instead of going deeper into debt. The van that represented breakdown now represents breakthrough. Same vehicle, completely different meaning. Word spread through the small business community. Soon we had more delivery requests than we could handle alone. We hired our first driver, a former co-worker from the warehouse. We paid off our first credit card completely. Watching that balance disappear felt better than any vacation I could remember. Financial freedom has its own unique satisfaction. I quit my warehouse job when our delivery business income doubled my salary. Telling my kids Daddy works for himself now filled me with pride I hadn't felt in years. Our first family outing in years was to a nearby state park. Simple picnic, short hike, fresh air. The normalcy felt extraordinary after years of confinement. My son experienced the ocean for the first time. His wonder and excitement healed years of parental guilt in one afternoon. Some experiences are worth every sacrifice. We paid off all our consumer debt. Every credit card, every medical bill, every personal loan. The financial chains that bound us for years finally broke completely. Carlos and I partner on large logistics contracts now. The student has become a business partner. He says I understand operations better because I remember the struggle. Our business now employs 8 people from our community. Each hire feels like creating stability for another family that desperately needs it. We're building together. We bought a reliable family vehicle that can actually handle road trips. No more worrying about breakdowns or expensive repairs. Mobility means freedom when you've been trapped. Our first real vacation was to the mountains. Watching my children experience snow for the first time healed something broken inside me. Childhood should include wonder, not just survival. We bought our first home. No more landlords, no more rent increases, no more uncertainty. The stability I've wanted to provide my family is finally real and permanent. My daughter doesn't ask about vacations anymore. She helps plan them. The shift from wondering if to deciding where healed our family dynamic completely. We started college funds for both children. Making those first deposits felt like breaking generational cycles of limited opportunity. They'll have choices I never dreamed possible. My wife started her own small business, organizing homes and offices. We're both entrepreneurs now, building our future together instead of surviving someone else's system. I teach business basics at the community center now. Each essential worker I help escape the hourly wage trap feels like healing another piece of my own painful past. We don't play pretend vacation anymore unless the kids want it for fun. The choice makes all the difference. Forced imagination feels like poverty. Chosen imagination feels like creativity. My son now understands what his friends mean when they talk about vacations. He has his own stories to share now. That social inclusion feels like a parenting victory. The warehouse supervisor who couldn't provide experiences learned that providing opportunity was the real goal. The man who moved boxes for others now moves mountains for his family. I still work with logistics and delivery, but now it's my company, my contracts, my future. The same work feels completely different when you're building your own legacy. Our family calendar is now filled with outings and trips instead of just work schedules. The empty spaces that represented limitation now represent possibility and choice. I still work hard, but now every delivery builds our family's future instead of just paying our bills. Purpose transforms labor into legacy building. The apartment that felt like a cage during our financial struggle now feels like a home base for adventures. Same walls, completely different meaning when you can leave them by choice. Now when my kids ask when we're going somewhere, I show them the calendar full of options. The questions have been replaced by planning, and planning feels like freedom.